Well, hi there, everybody. Welcome to Stratosphere Lounge. It's your host, Bill Whittle, for episode number, scroll down for answer, 171. Is there a more unremarkable number than 171? I guess we're going to find out. I hope everybody's doing well. It's good to be here. And this time I got to keep it brief. I know I say that every time, and we've been cutting it from 3 hours down to about 90 minutes, but I need to be out of here in an hour, a little bit after 7. That said, it's good to be here. Over the last weekend, I had a chance, on separate occasions, not together, spent some time with Viper Check and known pervert miscreant Matt Lloyd. And separately, they've opened up this... they've done it, they've actually done it with this game. They've opened up 3 entire worlds, and I know we will not be talking about it after this, I swear. I just got to get this out of the way, then we'll go to the questions. But it's such a feeling for me to be with friends of mine and have somebody sitting next to you in this virtual world and explore these planets that look so tremendously good. They just look so real. Landed on a back of a moon at nighttime, and we got out with our flashlights and walked around, watched the sun came up, and it was incredible. And then, by the way, if you ever get a chance to go for a drive with Matt Lloyd, don't do it. He drives like a maniac. And then, then a couple days later, Matt and I flew down to this place, landed, got in this 6-wheel all-terrain vehicle and started running like crazy on a planet with, 0.3 G or something. We're just sailing through the air. It's still buggy, but this is something that I'd been waiting for, and since I really got into the game in middle of May. Matt's been waiting for it for at least a year. Some people have been waiting for it for 3 or 4 years, but it's awful good. It's just really good. I constantly feel this strange dichotomy when I talk about this, because on one hand, I'm really quite ashamed of it, almost, in a way. It is, after all, a computer game, and I'm all excited about it. And I remember my friend Steve used to talk about how he flew around the world in his flight simulator. He would say, I flew around here, I've been there. I said, yeah, I've been there. You've been in your back bedroom, sitting in front of a computer screen. So I just have to be a little careful about this. But one part of me feels like this is just, it's just, well, it is. You're sitting there in front of a computer screen. That's really what it is. It's a simulator, and you're getting to talk with real people, friends of yours, in real time. But it's basically a toy. And there's a part of me that feels, this is pretty disappointing compared to the idea that I wanted to do this for real. And then the other part of my head says, Bill, there was not a chance ever that you were going to see these kind of things for real. Well, let me rephrase ever. I thought there was a chance I could see Mars or the moon, and I'm not over that yet. However, this idea of just being able to hop in something and zip from here to there and getting a rover and a buggy and just fly around. I love landing. I started flight sims back with Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. By the time we got to the second or third generation, I was doing engine off. I'd take a Learjet up to 90,000 feet above O'Hare, or 70 or something, and just dial in the altitude and just drop it with the engines off and try to glide it in like a space shuttle. So I love it. I love the landings. Especially love 0G kind of landings and approaches where everything is momentum and there's no aerodynamics at all. It's all just vectors and velocity and just smoothing it out. It's a great hand-eye challenge. And I feel a real sense of pride. I put these things down as a beautiful landing, a nice approach. And it's like, yeah, all right, that wasn't easy. Wouldn't have mattered if I balled it up, but it's hard, and it's kind of fun. Bone Canoe has a comment Oh, I'm sorry. No, hang on. Hang on. There was one I really thought. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Jonathan K. Said, this is really weird to hear it expressed as if it were something real. And this is my dilemma. It isn't real, but at the same time, it's as real as it's going to get for me. And by the way, it's going to get better every year. The experience is going to get better. So here I am stuck in this overlapping world of almost self-loathing for like, oh, you're just sitting there playing a game. You're supposed to be out there for real. And then the realization that, well, whatever chance you may have had when you were younger, this is certainly interstellar travel is out of reach. Interplanetary travel is just not going to happen for you, Bill. I'd still like to get into space, and I think I will. I'd like to go to the moon. But in any event, so there's that consolation. This is like, okay, well, this is what I wanted to do. And I guess that's all I'll say about it. If you're one of those people who so wonders why I'm so hooked on this, this is all I ever wanted to do with my life. And up until May, I saw nothing that really held my interest. But back in May, the quality, the visual quality and the realism of it and everything involved, it just really put the hook in me. And it's been really, really fun. Anyway, that's that. So let's get to our questions for the day. Mentioned in members only Nexus report yesterday. Real quick about that socialism in Venezuela video I did. And I mentioned that it was the sight of that tiger that made me rewrite that whole thing and do it in the way I did it. Because the power of a picture of, if you saw this socialism in Venezuela video, it's just this magnificent animal starving in this zoo. It's just like, this is what socialism does to people. But I've noticed socialists don't seem to care much about what happens to people. But they care about what happens to animals. And when you see a starving tiger, it's horrible. And you're almost relieved. In fact, you are relieved when you find out that not long after that picture was taken, starving humans broke into the zoo in Venezuela and ate the animals. So this one's not being done right either, apparently, in Venezuela. And some leftists are saying, well, the reason this is happening is because all the capitalist countries are boycotting Venezuela and making it tough for them. And I'm not aware of that. 35% of their oil exports go to the United States. That's their number one client by far. There's always got to be some reason. They cannot face it. They never will. They're mentally ill. And that's that. All right, let's see what we got here.